Throughout human history, music has been everywhere. In celebrations, in heartbreak, in revolutions, in the quiet moments nobody else sees. For thousands of years, every civilization left behind songs. Every generation passed them on. Music wasn't just part of history, it was part of being human. But somewhere in the multiverse, the melody never begins. The timeline splits, and Nick wakes up on the other side. Nick had only been awake for a few seconds when he noticed something strange on his phone. At first, he couldn't quite figure out what was bothering him, so he got on with his morning. Outside, everything looked completely normal. The same streets, the same people,
Look at
the
this.
same routines.
I have it.
But then Nick started noticing little things. People wore headphones, but never seemed to listen to anything. Some places felt like they were missing something important. Then he walked into a coffee shop, and suddenly, he felt it. There was no music. Not in the background, not from a speaker, not anywhere. The more he looked, the worse it got. No music in restaurants, no music in gyms, no music anywhere. Then Nick saw something that should have been impossible.
I do.
And do you
A
take?
wedding
I do.
I
without
now pronounce
music.
you husband.
Nobody was asking where the music went because nobody knew it was missing. So Nick searched for something simple. Who invented music? There was no answer. No inventor, no origin, nothing. That's when Nick understood the truth. If music never existed, then history itself must be different.
Time to face
And there was
this.
only one way
I'm
to
going
find
in.
out. Nick followed the fracture backwards through time, past modern history, past civilization itself. Eventually, he arrived at the very beginning, the first humans. At first, everything seemed normal. They talked, they laughed, they survived. But something was missing. One hunter picked up 2 sticks. In our timeline, maybe he'd tap out a rhythm. In this one, the thought never even occurred to him. Then Nick noticed something even stranger. A baby started crying, but no lullaby ever came. As generations passed, children learned differently too. No songs, no rhymes, no musical memory tricks. Thousands of years passed. Humanity still advanced, but it advanced without ever discovering music. Soon, Nick reached the first great civilizations. Cities appeared, trade appeared, empires appeared. Yet something still felt strangely empty. Then he found the moment that explained everything. An enormous celebration without a single song. Nick wondered what happened when thousands of people gathered together. The crowd still cheered, but there were no chants, no songs. Even nations felt different. There were flags, but no national anthems. The more Nick explored, the more he realized music wasn't just entertainment. It was how entire societies connected. The deeper Nick looked, the more he realized what humanity had lost. People still got married, they still celebrated, but something felt missing. There was no first dance. Funerals felt different too. People still grieved, but there was no music to help carry the sadness. Even happy moments felt different. The emotions were still there, but they never felt quite as powerful. Then Nick noticed something even stranger. Nobody danced. Without music, dance never evolved. An entire form of human expression simply never existed. Then Nick reached the modern world. The movie looked incredible, but something felt wrong. There was no soundtrack.
What?
That's when Nick finally understood. Music was never just entertainment. It was the soundtrack to human life itself. But before leaving this timeline, Nick noticed something. Even in a world without music, humans kept creating rhythm. Maybe music was never something humanity invented. Maybe it was something humanity was always destined to discover. And no matter the timeline, music always finds a way. The next morning, Nick woke up back in his own timeline. For the first time, he noticed something he'd always taken for granted. A song. Nick sat there for a moment, just listening. Not because the song was special, but because it existed at all. Yesterday, it would have been background noise, something playing while he worked, something he barely noticed. Now it felt different. Every note felt like proof that humanity had discovered something extraordinary. A prehistoric mother singing to her child, a crowd singing together, a couple sharing their first dance. Millions of moments, millions of memories, all connected by something invisible. And the strange thing was, nobody owns music. No single person created it. Humanity discovered it together, across thousands of years, across every culture, across every generation. And maybe that's why a world without music felt so empty. Because music was never just something we listen to. It's something that reminds us we're human. Every person has a song they remember, a song connected to a memory, a moment frozen in time. And yet, most of us rarely think about it. Music is so common that it almost becomes invisible, until you imagine a world without it. A world that still survives, but never quite feels complete. And maybe that's why music has survived every civilization. Because no matter how much the world changes, people will always find a reason to sing. So here's a question. If music disappeared tomorrow, what part of your life would you miss the most? Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay tuned for our next trip through the multiverse timelines. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next timeline.